Hi, my name is Jan Ragnerud. I'm the author of The Ultimate Guide to Optimizing Your Website with Entrepreneur Press and McGraw-Hill, out in the bookstores now. I am excited that you're here. Hello, 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 and happy day to you. In fact, it is Happy Friday Day. It is Friday Footage Day. Welcome, welcome, y'all. And thank you for tuning in here. We are live, obviously, here on the good old Facebooks. But some of you, and a growing amount of you, are coming in on the podcast. Thank you for that. Always good to be here with you, of course. Fridays are exciting because we're going to share some of the more specific things about software that we like, software that we're testing, tools, resources, assets, people, networks, platforms, you name it. We like to go through this on Friday Footage. So welcome once again. This is Jan Ragnerud, founder and creative director at chaosmap.com. We're a small boutique but powerful digital agency in Los Angeles. In fact, we are now officially Facebook marketing partners, which is kind of cool. We got the invitation. And but you know what? It is very important that you understand that many of the things that we share here are based on things that we're finding to work for us. And of course, today we're talking about, demonstrations of a particular software. We're going to talk about Ontraport versus Infusionsoft today. That could be a whole weekend discussion. We're going to distill it down a little bit, some of my findings and thoughts here. So today we're going to cover, as I said, Ontraport versus Infusionsoft. Who's the winner? This is a loaded question, obviously, because ultimately, and I'll just cut right to the chase on this one. Ultimately, this is going to get down to your needs, your goals, what you are trying to do. Because, in fact, we also use Active Campaign, which I haven't included here. Very powerful in its own right. Each one has pros and cons. That's why we love to see, comparison grids, and drill down to the features, etc. And yes, it's cool to see that perhaps one of the systems has the ability to automatically build Facebook audiences, and that's a key sort of contribution or feature that you need. Or perhaps one of them have a built-in webinar platform. That might be a need for you, right? Or that it has integration with different payment systems that is important to you. And that it has an internal page builder that is more important to you. The goal, though, I would say, and just to summarize it right down, is you got to get your list together in terms of features and needs for your business, and then learn about some of the additional features that could be an additional boost to improve and create better processes for you. One of the things that we're looking at now is to actually consolidate some of the stuff that we're doing. We, of course, like many businesses, have different software, and that's software, by the way, not softwares. I have a big hang up on that, so that's just a quick pet peeve there. It is singular always, guys and gals, but hey, we're also looking to consolidate, as I said, and one of the tools that we're looking at right now, which could really do a good job, we think, is Ontraport. And actually what you were looking at here, if you're coming out live, is a landing page that was developed through Ontraport, very clean here. You get your own subdomain here, and this can also be connected out to a prettier domain as well. But anyway, let me just show you inside here, and we're going to get to the Infusionsoft / Keap a bit later. So ultimately, you have the traditional CRM contact type of forms and fields, tracking, lots of really great information, nicely laid out. I really like this. We really like this better than Infusionsoft. Feels a little bit sort of antiquated in a way. This is Ontraport has really come a long way, and the guys up there in Santa Barbara are doing a fantastic job. And so we're starting to like this a lot. And the SMS integration, logging phone calls, managing resources here for contacts, really cool. Again, we're not trying to do a line-by-line comparison, just giving you a quick view in here so that you can get a sense for it. And really everything is centered around campaigns, right? Which includes forms and messages and workflows. And so we just did one here real quick to just show you. and this is what the workflow looks like. This is kind of a little sidebar map here. But we can easily go through and add what needs to needs to happen next. And as soon as you do that in the workflow, you have a lot of action items here that you can add to it. So that there are conditional elements. You can just straight send out an email here, update a contact, change tags. Tags are very powerful, much like Infusionsoft has the ability to map tags to events and activities and behaviors that are happening throughout the funnel. And as you click through here and look at filters and actions and advanced, you can clearly see that there's a lot of opportunity to create some really dynamic workflows within your campaigns. And by the way, we haven't upgraded here to the full version, but there's going to be other things here for advanced, for instance, where you can literally just hook up your Facebook audiences and build based on people coming into your funnels here. So as you can see, very simple to do, simple to add new things here, to delete, remove, to change up the workflows, and then, do it that way, right? Pardon me. So that's just real quick on that. Then, of course, we have tasks, plain old tasks. So nothing really spectacular or different here, but it's certainly nice to have that right inside the interface, and that team members can then collaborate on, right? So you get assignments and date completions, date dues, etc. And of course, very important here in the sales area, to be able to map out your products, to set your pricing, to build out really automatically, build out pricing pages is what I'm trying to say here, so that you have order forms and everything is built under one roof, so to speak. And that roof is under the campaigns, under these order forms, but also straight into the landing page builders. And they have a lot of terrific templates out the gate that are free and available for you to use. Very clean landing pages out the gate. Very simple to drag and drop and change things here, headlines, text, graphics, all of that you would expect that you should be able to change. And of course, just drag and drop here as well. So if I want to add an image here, we'll just click that and change image, and off you go, right? Billing address, shipping, form fields, very nicely done. Congratulations for really spending a lot of good time figuring this out, because this is a picky area, especially for marketers that want nice, sexy pages. And here's another really cool thing, split test. If you're not split testing your landing pages, you're doing yourself a disservice. The ability to do this right here inside this and adding version A, adding version B, etc. I can easily do that, create a copy of the existing one, and start testing against it, or create a brand new one, right? So start from scratch, or select these various formats. Now, as you probably are aware, if you A/B test, sometimes you can be it can be really good to test, a complete black and white scenario. So if I'm testing A against B, I might choose something completely different. But typically what we like to do is we change things out, like headlines and maybe buttons out the gate. And all of this is based on statistical significance, right? So we want to make sure that we have enough data to be for this to be significant in the sense of value to an A/B test. But really, what you need to do is you need to consider A/B testing. That's what I'm trying to say here, and we're not going to save that right now. But as you can see, very easy workflow here. It's simple, menu-driven at the top. Left side navigations, as you saw, based on the particular layout or format that you're looking at, the screens rather. And, all of these things are just available in a very intuitive interface. Now, as I said, you get landing pages like that. We also like to look at comparison grids. And so very biased here, obviously, under Ontraport tools, software comparisons, Infusionsoft. I'm going to add that to the show notes right here, right now, so that you can access that for yourself. Keep in mind that anytime you see the vendor actually doing a comparison grid, it's going to be pro them. But here you can see they've done a good job in trying to compare not only themselves here, Ontraport versus Infusionsoft, but they try to be very detailed about what that looks like, right? So that includes pricing, the Infusionsoft pricing, and I think that has changed now because they are Keap. In fact, let's verify it over here. Yeah, Keap has changed. It used to be $299, $149, $299, etc., up, and $1,500 to really get onboarded. And a lot of folks felt that the Infusionsoft were perhaps a little cost prohibitive, at least for the smaller businesses. But you can see here it's doable. Now, I think there's still a $500 onboarding fee here, but it is definitely. They have changed their approach and their model here and their pricing structure, which makes sense because they need to. That's the bottom line. Let's get back to Ontraport here. So again, I'm going to add this to the show notes here so that you can read more detail about this. But they have, as they all do, talk about their advantages and email deliverability and integrated landing pages. And yes, all of this is very nicely done with Ontraport, the visual campaign builder. Keap or Infusionsoft took forever to get this up and rolling. We used that actually for years. Then we merged over to Active Campaign, and we're actually now heavily looking at Ontraport here. We really like what we're seeing here. And of course, if you're coming in live, thank you for that. You can see me sharing some of the screen flows here. On the right-hand side, we see the old campaign builder on Infusionsoft, much more intuitive and, visually engaging on the left side here with Ontraport. Then we're not going to go through all of this in the comparison grid here, but suffice it to say, Ontraport has a lot of features that Infusionsoft doesn't have. But this gets right back to the initial comment that I had: is does this matter to you? So for instance here, randomized campaign splits, yes. Ontraport, Infusionsoft, no. Does that matter to you? Funnel conversion reports, lifetime value reports, goal conversion rate reports, all of these type of reports and filters here are available in Ontraport. They're not Infusionsoft. Does that matter to you? Well, yes, if you, and then I'm speaking from our side of the house now, yes, this matters for you if you want, more of the data under one roof. Can you get this data elsewhere? Yes, of course you can. Google Analytics being one of those, right? Now, you're going to have to finagle and mess with it. You have to make sure that you have all your UTMs tagged, and you have to have your marketing strategies built out correctly. But having this inside Ontraport under one roof, I'm really liking this. Campaign assets, there are some really strong comparisons between the two here. And when we get into automated campaign messaging, email is available on both, but not SMN and postcards. For instance, somebody might feel that postcards could be a really great assets because nobody gets postcards anymore, right? Well, Ontraport can take care of all that for you. And they also have something called pearls, which are personalized URLs so that you can get, your name dot whatever, right? Or, name dot, domain dot / domain.com/name, etc. So that allows you to send out postcards and actually have personalized URLs listed to go back from offline to online, etc. Infusionsoft doesn't have that, right? Is that important for you? Well, if it is, then you have an option here. Email marketing, obviously a must, but there's a lot of facilities or features rather under here that are very similar. Private IPs, is that important? Yeah, that could be a big deal, right? Deliverability consulting. Ontraport has this, Infusionsoft does not. Well, that could be a very big deal because you're spending hard-earned money and resources and time and staffing on emails only for it to go to spam, right? Salesforce automation, totally cool. All match up there. CRM, that would be expected to match up. E-commerce, this deals with payment processing, obviously. Payment plans, credit card follow-up, abandoned cart follow-up, credit card decline follow-up, I should say, abandoned cart follow-up, coupon codes, one-click upsells, very key. Shopping cart, yes, with integration. So that's where Ontraport actually, farms that out, so to speak, through integration. Third party, Infusionsoft has that built in. And by the way, that's a kudos to Infusionsoft in this area. They did a great job out the gate from that. Partner programs, membership sites. So this is one that we're actually looking at because we publish content and training modules, and we want this to be dripped out to our audience. And so we are actually on Kajabi right now thinking about moving this over. Infusionsoft XXX RedX don't have any of this, right? At least this version that was compared here. And that is the disclaimer. This particular post may be, a few months old. So not all of this is going to be applicable. You need to check it out for yourself. But the fact is, there are going to be features that you're going to enjoy at Infusionsoft over Ontraport and vice versa. And that is just simply expected. Now, here's what I talked about: Facebook custom audience automation, Ontraport. Yes, Infusionsoft, no. UTM-based filters on performance reports, UTM tracking, UTM link generator. Yeah, you know, you can get around that, so it's not a big deal. But this one here, you can also do it with some hacking on this, but it gets really hokey. So the fact that they have built this in is really nice. Services, and okay, so that is probably a pretty good summary here, even though it comes from Ontraport, about the pros and the cons for each. And as you've seen here, you can get free trials both on Ontraport, 14 days, and also for Keap, Infusionsoft here. So what you should do is, you know, obviously some of these things that I've called out here today kind of gets your mind going, I hope. But take a look by doing a quick review, a quick trial for 14 days for free, and then also get on with their consultants. So Ontraport, we actually missed that appointment today, which is really rare, by the way. But anyway, they have consultants that will help you, talk you through your business scenarios. And that's really key here, because you may not need any of these two here. You may actually simply need a Weber or Constant Contact or Active Campaign. So what is it that you're trying to do? I mean, for example, if you are just starting out, these may be too rich for you out the gate. If you've been in business for a while and you have been on some of the more sort of email-centric systems like Aweber, and you want to move to a more CRM automated, fully automated tag-enabled credit card membership, driven type of systems, well, then this could work for you. So you need to look at all of that. And there's a cost, obviously, pricing here, but there's a cost in getting trained. There's your cost if you're a solopreneur or you have a couple of people in your organization. How much time do you actually want to spend on this? Well, probably not too much, right? But at the same time, you want it to be done right. So then you got to outsource. And yes, there are some folks that can obviously help you with this. But you need to concern yourself with all of this, not just a feature set and, you know, the shiny object syndrome that we all get stuck in. So beware of all of those things and just kind of pull back and draw it out on the whiteboard, you know, the pros and cons, draw up the contenders like Infusionsoft and Ontraport that you found, and start listing out the capabilities and get on a consulting call with their folks. And, just share that. You won't get sales pitched. Well, they're going to try and sell you your wares, but it's not like you're going to be cornered. These guys are really helpful, both on the Infusionsoft side and Ontraport as well. Although we will know more about the Ontraport here in the next few days. So anyway, hope this is helpful. And by the way, really quick, I forgot to do my little pitch for the day here. If you want more information on this, we deal with this a lot. Chaosmap.com is the agency, chaosmap.com. Feel free to head on out there. We'll jump on a 15-minute call, see if we can get you some help and some direction. And if not, I just want to thank you for today and hope this Friday footage was informational for you. And realize that we deal with very similar things that you're dealing with. It's not always easy to make a choice. And even if somebody refers you and says, dude, go for software or platform A versus B, that's helpful. And if you have some connections there, that's helpful too. But do your due diligence, as it were, and have fun with it and come out at the other end swinging, hopefully. And then ultimately, all of this is going to lead to growth, opportunity, success, and more benefits for you and your organization. All right, well, take it easy, all. Have a good weekend. It's been a kind of a short week here for us with the 4th of July and all that, but I hope it's been a grand one for you and continue having a great summer. Take it easy. Hi, my name is Jan Rangerud. I'm the author of The Ultimate Guide to Optimizing Your Website with Entrepreneur Press and McGraw-Hill, out in the bookstores now. I am excited that you're here.